This is the best gun in the game. Well, for now at least. After the FAMAs got nerfed, this gun started to be used a lot more along with the Falcon, which got buffed in the same update. As you all should have guessed, I am talking about the AK-47. This is the gun I use almost as much as the heavy sniper, but I promise there's no bias when I say it is the current meta. But let's save the explanations for later. The analysis comes first. Straight away from its stats, you will notice it has a damage of 12, which is actually the second lowest out of all the assault rifles. And after many calculations, it seems the AK-47 will always take 5 to 6 shots to kill, no more, no less. But damage doesn't define a gun. Taking a look at the other stats, it has average bullet speed, reload time, and while its fire rate is much higher than the Falcon, it's only to compensate for its lack of damage. However, the main thing that stands out in this gun is its accuracy. You may think I'm crazy. 0.6 is the second lowest in the game. But wait, no one ever said a higher accuracy is better. A 0.6 accuracy is high enough to not make it painfully inaccurate, but also low enough such that brain-dead spamming actually becomes a broken tactic. The more inaccurate the bullets are, the more impossible they are to dodge. Why? Well, think of it this way. Against snipers and shotguns, you are dodging the bullets. But against inaccurate ARs, the bullets are also dodging you. The bullet spread is random too, so you're never going to come out unfazed after fighting against an assault rifle. And that's what makes this gun the meta. Brain-dead spam has always been hard to counter. And as it stands, brain-dead spam is what the AK-47 is all about. Much like the Vector, but this time you can literally use it at any range. I usually go over the downsides after utility. But now that I think of it, I think it's actually better to go over downsides first. But to be honest, there's no real downsides to this gun. If you're bad at using the AK-47 specifically, I think you just have a skill issue and not gonna Okay, I'm kidding. The AK suffers at extremely close ranges and extremely long ranges. Basically, it's a fully mid-ranged gun, so of course it will get outclassed in the home terrain of snipers and vectors. But that's really the only downside. On to making the loadout. As we've covered earlier, the AK-47 suffers in both extreme ranges. Therefore, a side weapon should be chosen to counter those weaknesses. For long ranges, revolver, deagle and flintlock are the best options. For close range, the 9mm burst and 75 auto are the best choices. Since I'm quite an aggressive player, I chose the 9mm burst. Also, be careful if you're choosing the revolver or deagle, since they're not too dependable due to their damage falloff. For throwables, use the RPG if you're in a vehicle map, and use the frag if you're in a non-vehicle map. For the specials, use the ammo pack because this loadout will make you a pro. As for perks, I always prefer running kill region as it helps me to deal with multiple people at once, and is just generally much better than other perks. As for the second perk, you could choose extended mags, quick reload and maybe eagle eye. You could even use overkill and make your own loadout. But what I always like to choose between is under pressure and express ammo. Especially for the AK-47, this is a hard choice. Under pressure gives you better mobility, and makes dodging easier. But express ammo helps for faster kills and even makes your secondary weapons even more viable. For this perk slot, you guys can choose what you want. But I'll go with under pressure because I'm more used to it. With that, let's head straight into a game. This is a short team deathmatch game, but I wasn't able to get a better one than this, so we'll have to make the best of it. Well, we're off to a great start, that's for sure. Over here, I was chased by a berserker. Very poor handling of the situation, but I learnt my lesson later, where I ran away first, then shoot. In this situation, I might have been able to avoid death if I had not been too greedy to get the kill. Basic principles like this still matter. This one was mostly luck, but I'm sure the AK was the only gun who could handle it that smoothly. Usually for ARs or SMGs, you should try not to engage in combat when you're low. You don't have the potential to insta-kill like snipers and shotguns do. Of course I instantly disregard this by walking into an M4, but let's forget about that. As you can see, I started lagging quite a lot here, so I have to play more passively to minimize damage intake. This one's another lucky one, but damn, just look how clean that is. This was really risky. I would have died if it was a C4 instead. It's important to be patient in these situations. Roofs are dangerous. Lastly, this is a great clip to end off this game. Quite a short game, but it should have been enough to display the power of the AK-47. I tried to get a better game to show, but I was lagging way too much and never getting any good matches. Nonetheless, I hope you guys found the review useful. Now that we've analyzed this gun, let's rate it, and I'll explain why this is truly the best gun in the game right now. Overall, the AK-47 clearly takes the cake for being the best assault rifle in mid-ranged combat. While it can't beat the long-range prowess of the Falcon or the short-range strength of the Scar, its vast range and versatility more than makes up for it. But enough chit-chat, let's get straight to the interesting part, its rating. Starting with mobility, AK-47 gets a 9 out of 10, similar to the Falcon since SMGs clearly outclass ARs in this field. But there's nothing wrong with the mobility of the AK-47 apart from it having a slightly longer reload time. As for range, I'm giving the AK-47 a 9.5 out of 10. It has a very vast range and if used well, will only ever be outclassed in extreme ranges by guns like the Vector or Heavy Sniper. As long as you don't get too close or stray too far, you're safe. For ease of use, it's obvious I'm giving it a 10 out of 10. In fact, I'm gonna give it an 11 out of 10 instead because it's just so easy for both casual and competitive players to start using. Much more than the Falcon for sure. Is this cheating? Maybe. But I don't care. For versatility, AK-47 gets a 9.5 out of 10 as well. It can deal with crowds of people and synergizes very well with almost all of the secondary weapons. It's even good at chasing people, but not as good as snipers. Lastly, it gets a 10 out of 10 for fun. I mean, do I even have to explain it? Who doesn't love spamming the shit out of this gun even if it doesn't take any skill? Well, I sure do, so yeah. This gives it a total rating of a whopping 49 out of 50. This places it at the top of our list, to no one's surprise, and I don't think it's gonna get overtaken anytime soon. But it's definitely gonna get nerfed soon, so we better watch out, guys. With that, this video will now come to an end. By the way, I'm thinking of making a weapons tier list one day. Comment down if you think I should do it. Oh yeah, also comment down what weapon I should review. Damn, that's a lot of commenting. Well anyways, I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. Stay cool, peace out.